Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, guys. Let's talk about this movie. Action! What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan, Ryan680. And this is Alamo City Movie Talk Studios. Guys, thank you so much for making us a part of your day. And if you haven't already, hit that little bell notification and hit that subscribe button to get notified for our movie reviews, trailer reactions, TV reviews, Tail House review that we're talking about weekly now, guys. Thank you so much for making us once again a part of your day. And let's get right to it. Angela, what review are we talking about? What are we talking about right now?
We are talking about Shazam 2.
Shazam 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Of the Gods.
Yep, Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, guys. The film continues the story of teenage Billy Batson, who, upon reciting the magic word Shazam, is transformed into his adult superhero alter ego, Shazam. How many times can you say Shazam? How many times did they say Shazam in this movie?
Actually, not as much as they did in the first one.
First one, yeah. Exactly, yeah. But let's get right to it, guys. This is our review of this film. Angela, was this the movie that you expected coming into this, you know, after the end credits were rolling? And by the way, guys, we did see all the negativity here. So out of our theater reaction, we saw all that negativity. We saw so much comparing it. I saw 3 critics compare this movie to Thor: Love and Thunder humor. And so, I have to be honest here.
We had that going in.
Yeah, we had that already going in. We already saw negativity. We're like, what? Is it really that bad?
We saw the score on Rotten Tomatoes beforehand. Yeah. So we were like, we had different expectations. Yeah. You know, we didn't. Yeah. Obviously, we loved the first one. Yeah. So we were a little skeptical, a little hesitant of the second one going in, right? Because of what we had heard and read online beforehand. But my gosh, did I think, and I think you agree too, they were wrong. They were wrong. In my opinion.
You know, it's crazy to think this because going back into this, let's just say a year ago, I would have said Black Adam looks better than Shazam 2 because of all the delays and everything. We just saw so much of this negativity already behind it in itself because of all huge delays, reshoots, and everything. So if you would have told me this a year ago that Shazam Fury of the Gods was going to be better than Black Adam, I would have said hell no. But in this case, it was, man. It was better than Black Adam.
I think
this
it was
is crazy.
I loved Black Adam. I really did. I really enjoyed. You know, The Rock is. You know,
I didn't love the movie. That was I didn't love the movie.
Could it have been better? Sure, but I actually really liked that movie. To be honest, I love the characters in there. They were great.
Of course, we talk about it. Black Adam review is that I love me some Dr. Fate is my top 3. It's my third on the list for favorite superheroes of all time. And, you know, Dr. Fate, believe it or not, guys, he's actually older in the comic book wise. He's older than Doctor Strange, but yet everyone knows Doctor Strange more because Marvel, you know, Benedict Cumberbatch. It's played by a good actor, a great actor.
For that movie, they got a great actor as well. Yeah. But anyways, regardless of the point. I liked that movie a lot. I think it was different for this one because we've already seen the first one. We've already know the characters, love the characters.
We know the humor it's coming at.
We know the humor.
These are kids.
They're kids.
Yeah, they're not even 18 years old.
They even established, like they're not even 18. You know, maybe one of them. And it's like in college.
And the one argument that I could say to you guys, moviegoers out there, was that Thor: Love and Thunder, people loved it. They did. People, whether they loved it or not, it just, you know, it's one of those things to where I did not like Love and Thunder. I'll be honest here. I did not like that movie.
I liked it, but did I think it was a little bit ridiculous?
It was too much of a childish humor, ridiculousness, and I get it. That works for some people. It just didn't work for me, whatever the case may be. Maybe you enjoyed it. That's awesome. You enjoyed it. But here's the thing, though. Here's the facts. The facts is that Chris Hemsworth, his character, Thor, is not a kid. He is essentially an adult. And in this movie, it's a kid but transforms into an adult, but he's still a kid.
But it's not like novel, like in the animated.
It's not even ridiculous humor. It's humor that's kind of like stuck in that teenage humor. I guess.
It's not like a completely like new concept. Like we've seen several animated DC films that has Shazam, and it's the same way. He's the same character. He's basically like a teenager trapped in an adult's body.
Yeah, and it's funny.
It's funny, and so the same with the rest of the family. So like they're all children except for one, Darla. I think the one that's in college, or she forgo college, but even then, like, it makes sense because she doesn't even have a lot of humor for humorous parts. It's just the kids. So I really think the humor in this didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't bother me so much in Love and Thunder, but it makes sense in this
Darla's the young one here. It's Mary is the oldest.
Mary.
Mary's the oldest one. And I really did enjoy Darla. I enjoyed her more. They give us a little bit more insight to the family.
And it's not just about Billy and Freddie, because I know we focus a lot more of them in the first one. But we see a little bit more about the rest of the kids. We see like they use Eugene, Pedro, Mary, Darla.
Yeah.
A little bit more about the personalities that we love. We see the parents as well too. And we see also new faces in the villains. Yeah. Which was Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and I think it was Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, Rachel Zegler, New
faces, but they're all stellar cast.
Rachel Zegler's coming from West Side Story. She has, I mean, she was good in West Side Story, but whether you like it or not, I didn't like the lead actor that was what do you call it? It was co-acting with her, so they were sharing the spotlight, if you will. I didn't like their chemistry together. Their chemistry was just terrible, but I liked her in it. I liked her in the West Side Story movie. I loved her in
it, and also we have also Lucy Liu.
Yeah, Lucy Liu, legend. Liu.
But also we have another legend, Helen Mirren,
huge legend,
who is phenomenal in anything that she does.
You know, if you would have told me, because when she got casted in here, I was just like, really? Why are they getting her? But then when we first saw set photos of her, Lucy Liu, I was like, cool. It looks good. It looks really good.
The costumes
were great.
Great. Like, and just, it was so cool to see them interact with each other. And it was so cool to see them as the villains interact with each other. But also we see the familiar faces of the family, Billy's family interact. And I think we were talking about it off camera. Their chemistry together is so great. Like, you just know they had a good time filming this.
Yeah. We see everyone really it doesn't feel awkward at times. It comes together. I kind of feel like this movie really is a lot better than what people are saying. Check this out at the movie theater, guys, because this is where this movie deserves to be seen in.
And the CGI, I gotta say, was on point.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of magic, a lot of things happen in there. And I don't have a problem with the CGI. Like, the characters and the creatures were really cool. They were done very well. Yeah. The story.
And a lot of people are comparing this. It's not as good as the first one. And I'll agree with you in that way. I'll agree. I'll agree a little bit. I mean, there's certain parts to where that the CGI was too good to pass up, too good to not mention in our review, in anyone's review. I kind of felt like you have to, and everyone's talked about on the CGI. It's really good. I thought this movie, a lot of people said also this is for kids. I don't think so, because it touches up on a little without spoiling, because we aren't spoiling it for you, but a little bit more intuitive of the emotional.
It's a little bit, emotional. Like for example,
I think it's too emotional for kids, definitely.
For smaller children. I think, a little bit older children might enjoy this, but there are a little bit more emotional scenes in there, and quite a few. It's not just like one.
Yeah, this is created.
It's touching.
Yeah, this is directed by David F. Sandberg, which has made that one movie, Lights Out, which is that one film where you just see the hands and it claps.
I can't do that.
Yeah. Sorry. And of course, by the greatest Annabelle movie, Annabelle Creation, which is one of the best Annabelle films I've seen. Yeah. And we did see, it's in the trailer, guys. We did see Annabelle in there hinting that hey, I created Annabelle. I thought that was a really good, touching story. I thought that was really good. Nod to to what he's done. And knowing what he's done as well, even so with the first movie as well, because he did direct the first movie as well. So knowing that we got the same director to come in, everyone knows what kind of movie this is. You know you're going to get the comedy. You know you're going to get that teenage comedy, teenage kid comedy. And
it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It works to a certain degree. Thor: Love and Thunder, the biggest problem with me that I had with that movie was that there's jokes every 5 minutes, if not less than that. With this movie, it gives you time to breathe. And then, yes, there's scenes where it happens every 5 minutes, maybe less than that. Yeah, but it's only a scene that's 10 minutes long, maybe not even that. It's just real quick, and it goes back to letting the film breathe on itself. I feel like when you let a film breathe and not have so much jokesters around, I kind of felt like it goes good. That's just my take here. You completely disagree with me. That's totally fine. But that is just my take here, because that's what I expect out of a movie. And again, but to each his own. I mean, to put into perspective here, I am very picky when it comes to comedy.
You are
very picky,
but I think it was done very well. I love the cast.
Yeah, Asher Angel plays Billy Batson. Batson. I thought he's growing up, man.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
And it's funny because they're all growing up. You see all of them have aged a little bit. It's been a few years since the first one. We see where they're at now, and then we also see a lot more character development with Billy, and I really liked that. I really did.
I go back to where like Rachel Zegler, she really is coming of a good actor. Like she's coming up really good. Good. Yeah, so I think she did really good, even though her role wasn't as big as we would have wanted. She wasn't the main star in here. She does really good. Is just a supporting role as well. Like I kind of feel like she stood out to me a few scenes, which I did like because we did see because she does have powers. It's not a that's not a spoiler. It's in the movies, but it's like, you see, and I kind of enjoy that a lot. I enjoy seeing a little bit of character development with her, along with Lucy Liu and Helen. We see a little bit of character development there, and I like that a lot. I do. I'm not gonna lie. Lucy Liu was just a monster, freaking killing it as one of the sisters here, and I thought she was really good.
She did scary, like terrifying. So
she was just very driven by her own ambition. I thought that was really good.
She was like slightly mad, like slightly like she kind of becomes unhinged, and I love it. I'm here for it. And so I love the cast. Yeah, everyone did such a great job. Yeah, everyone. And so I cannot say how wrong. Like I know we don't, to each his own, but I was so wrong in thinking beforehand that this was not going to be a good film, and I am so glad we were surprised.
This is way better movie. Because if granted, not the Dr. Fate scenes, because I love Dr. Fate. I'm biased when it comes to Dr. Fate. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed the F out of him in the Black Adam movie. But if you take that part out, if you take the Justice Society out of it, then it's just a boring movie. I mean, I hate to say it. It sucks because we waited 14 years for Black Adam to come out. I would say people are saying this is the worst DC movie. I have to completely disagree. Hell no. You are dead effing wrong. I am sorry. You are dead wrong.
Sorry, not sorry.
This is not the worst DC movie out there. The hell no. I felt a lot of emotional aspects, especially with Billy Batson, knowing where he's an orphan. We know this from the first movie.
And he's gone through foster, and he's gone through the foster care
and they touch up on that a little bit more, the emotional aspect of it. And I thought that was really good because it gives us that prosperity that, hey, he's not just a kid. He's not just a superhero kid nonsense of just weak storytelling, because they could have just threw in all jokes throughout the whole movie. Yeah, and it wouldn't have done very well as far as dramatic. And it does get dramatic in a good way, though. Billy Batson has such a different story arc that I really did enjoy in here. That was very different from the animation.
Because I mean, you got to realize, like, it sets it up in the beginning. In the first film, we obviously learn, he was abandoned at an early age. He, went through the foster care system, several foster homes, and then he got his powers and he's good. And it's like, it sets it up where it's not like, oh, he's all happy, hunky-dory now. It's like he still has to process certain things because he is still a child. Like, he's not 18 yet. He's still 17. Yeah. He has gone through a lot of trauma in his life. Yeah. And, it makes it okay to not be okay. Yeah. And I really like that they showed that. I really did.
Yeah,
because even like this big superhero who saved the world kind of thing, not twice, I'm sorry, but like, now twice, but that he still has, his feelings, and he's still not okay deep down. He still has, fears and hesitations with things, and I really like that we see depth to that. Like, it's really cool to see that.
Yeah, we Zachary Levi, he really changed a lot. I never thought I would say this, but he really, him himself, because obviously this is adult Billy Batson, right? I thought that was really good development with him, because he's learning. There's still certain things he still has to learn. And I like that, though, because I kind of feel like if Shazam was just like the like know-it-all, because he's the leader, right? He is the leader, right? Of the whole family. I kind of felt like it would have came off as like, oh, I need to know everything. And he doesn't. He relies a lot, and we touch up on this a lot on the trailer. It's like, I watched all the Fast and Furious movies. This is about family, and I thought that was really good. I love how they take notion of all the culture stuff that's happening around our time. I thought it was really good. I feel like it adds more value into the movie.
Yeah, that's just my take. I don't know. It's just it's really cute to see a lot of the comments, interactions they have. Again, definitely. I cannot stress enough how much wrong we were going into this. And I'm so surprised, and I'm so glad it ended up being a really fantastic movie.
Yeah, it really was. I enjoyed this movie a lot. Did I have a fun, spectacular time? Hell yeah. Hell yes. Did I cry though? Yes, I did. Emotional. I did. Oh, I was tearing up bad. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, guys. All right. Was this a film we deserve? Say yes, obviously. Rating 1 out of 10 to him being the highest. When do you give this rating, Angela?
I'm going to go a little controversial today. And people are going to not like this rating. But I'm going to give it an 8 because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would take people and tell people to see this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, I cannot stress enough how great the cast was.
Yeah.
And how, like what they performed. Yeah. And you know,
the chemistry, even with the adult Shazams, they were really good. Adam Brody's in here. You know, Ross Butler, which we know him from 13 Reasons Why. Like, there's such a good chemistry out of each of them on camera. I think they really intuitive go with each other, and it works good. I feel like it does. And by the way, guys, there is a first post-credit scene and an end credit scene. Stay tuned because it's gonna answer a lot of few questions here. But I'm gonna have to give this a solid 8. I enjoyed the story. The story had a beginning, you know, it didn't really go overboard, which I liked. The CGI was on point 100%. Zachary Levi carried me throughout this movie. I didn't get sick of seeing him. I didn't get sick of seeing just all these same it wasn't the same comedy as the first one. You know, you kind of tell they grew up a little bit.
Yeah, the comedy was funny.
The first one was just like you didn't know how to cuss, and they were just But this one, and this one, they don't cuss as much, which I mean, you don't have to cuss to be funny. You really don't. But it kind of brought itself to
it's
we're learning how to cuss. Yeah. We're learning how to I thought that was really good. It's really touching.
It's realistic.
Yeah, it really is. I kind of feel like it's childhood that you never would expect out of a childhood, being a superhero. I thought that's really good. They touched up on that, but I'm going to give it a solid 8 as well, guys. We do recommend this movie. Obviously, we're giving it top ratings here, but put in comments down below. Questions for you guys. What did you think of this movie? What did you think of Shazam 2? Did you think Shazam 1's better than the first one? You think Shazam 1's better than this one? Put in comments down below. As always, like, share, subscribe to us. Hit that subscribe notification to get notified for our movie reviews, reaction videos, or TV reviews that we got coming out. Ted Lasso coming out this week, guys. Thank you so much. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day. Stay safe, San Antonio. Peace.